you got this water tank here, kind of tall and skinny, ripped, something like that. And then you have this stubby water tank next to it, but they're both water tanks. Just a different shape, a different size, but inside they have basically the same mechanical things. They have the reservoirs, of course, in different ways the water's pumped into so they can store them for future use. Now there are different kinds of water reservoirs also. We got the common yellow jug that holds water also, of course. And what about these? A different way holds water, so it's easier for us to have a drink when we want to. The point is, we can get our water from a lot of different shapes and sizes. And deep down inside, we're all the same, trying to accomplish the same mission. For instance, look at the different trees around us. The trees, they're different kinds. We got our red tip over here, we got some kind of palm thing over there, we got eucalyptus in the background. And we all complement one another. The different birds in the sky, whether it's even crows, bluebird, redbird, robins, seagulls, they complement each other. And that's what we're supposed to do, is complement each other, despite our shapes, our size, our color. We all complement each other in different ways. Take, for instance, dogs and cats. Now, we know some dogs will chase cats all day long, and some cats actually can chase them back and fend for themselves really well. But are they inbred that way? I mean, are they bred that way? Or are they taught to chase the cat? Are they taught to fight and be angry? And we know from experience and history, if dogs and cats are brought up together, they can be each other's best friends. Often they have to be taught to hate each other. Often they have to be expected or they get a treat if they act a certain way. And we do that with humans, human nature also. We often are taught hatred. We're taught not to like one another. We're taught superiority, or sometimes we feel better or we feel less than. But those are virtues we're usually taught. And we're not born with. Just like the water tanks. The same aspect, different shapes and sizes, but will give each one of us the same benefit. And why do we have different ones side by side for each other? Because if one fails, the other one will pick up the slack for you and I to have the water we need. In other words, complementing one another. Because something can and will go wrong between the cat, the dog, the water tanks, the trees, the birds, where the other one has to pick up the slack and make everything okay. And we often lose focus on that. We'll let someone tell us, no, this tall, skinny one is a lot more important than the short, stubby one. But when that tall, skinny one starts to fail, then we're forced to go to the other one and say, hey, will you help me out for a while I heal? And I think that's what's going wrong in society right now, is a lot of us have to heal. And we're afraid or often being told that the other one cannot pick up the slack. Why is that? Why all of a sudden we can't help each other out? We can't compliment, we can't be friends, we can't understand, we can't have compassion, we can't learn, we can't grow, we can't. Why is that? Why are we that way today? It wasn't always that way, and maybe it was, for sure. We've always had fear of the unknown, maybe a little anxiety, a little jealousy built inside of one of us. But that's still usually taught. Hopefully our parents just showed love and compassion, and I knew I grew up in a diverse neighborhood where everyone just played ball together. It didn't matter. But today it seems like no one's playing ball together. They're afraid to go outside of their own houses. And we need to stop that. Now look at the way I'm dressed. I don't know, this is a fuchsia or purple or pink shirt. And look at this hat. Do they compliment each other? Well, believe it or not, just before I did this video, the one holding the camera right now said it's ugly. They don't go together, it doesn't match. I'm being told what I should wear because it doesn't look good appearance on the outside. And I think that's what we're talking about. Dogs and cats and water tanks and other. It's what someone else's opinion of how we should look, how we should act, how we should present ourselves. And absolutely, we need to present ourselves in respect, in love and compassion toward other human beings, as well as animals. We know some of the kindest people that can walk by a dog and kick it, or throw something at a cat, or dismiss nature and cut up trees without a purpose. So when we're being kind, we have to look at someone's character. Are they kind to everyone and everything, or just certain people, just certain animals, just certain neighbors, and not the other ones? And often we hide who we really are inside and try not to let anyone know that we dislike certain things. Now, I understand food. I cannot stand liver or gizzards and all those inner intestines. Those are foods I'm never going to like. I've tried them, like having balut in the Philippines, where it's a duck egg buried in the ground and sometimes it has feathers and a beak in it. I've tried it. Just isn't my thing. But I don't hate them or hate people that eat those kinds of foods. Why would I? If they're eating that, I can eat the good stuff for myself, right? And the good stuff is my perspective. It's my opinion. It's my preference. And I should be allowed to have my opinion, my preference, my favorite, without being judged by that. We're not perfect. And we should experience the diversity of all of this around us. And look for the good. Because there's good in everyone. There's good in every animal. There's good in these plants out here. I know there is. We all have a beauty inside of us. May have faded a little bit as we get older. I totally understand that. But we all have a beauty inside of us. But we want to have that rough, tough exterior, putting that mask on where people can't see the real identity of who we are. More often than not, those of us, or those in society causing more trouble, more problems for others, is because they were brought up in one of those childhoods where they weren't cared for or acknowledged in some cases, and then they just lashing out on others. That's no excuse for lashing out on others. That's never an excuse. But we can have a compassion, try to break through the goodness of that person. I always believe in trying to reach the goodness, if nothing else, a mediation before anything else has to be done. Now, we all need to be law-abiding citizens, and we know there's crooked lawyers, crooked cops, crooked politicians, crooked people in general. But that's not generally the truth. There's more good people out there in every career out there. I really believe that. Even us military folks, there's a lot of good people out there. So when we just take a little time to understand each other, where we're coming from. I come from the great state of Ohio, and I've worked with people from all over the world, literally all over the world, not just the United States. Well, we're brought up differently. We have different, the values aren't much different. We still want love, compassion, we want safety, we want to have enough money to pay our bills. It's kind of common for all of us. But we're just different backgrounds, where you might want those gizzards, and I want that steak. And some people don't eat chicken at all. Whatever it is, does that really matter? It's our diversity is our strength. It has to be our strength. And also it's our weakness. Because if we're not helping pull people up or push them ahead or encourage, it's our weakness. And we have enough weaknesses in this world, and we need to rely on that person next to us one day when we're failing. when we fall short, when we're unsure of who we are, when we need healing. We need that healing sometimes, and we need to know someone has our six, which means someone has our back when we can't do it ourselves. When someone's observing what's going on around us, trying to help us achieve the common goal, what we really have to do in life. The point is, dogs and cats aren't born to hate each other. Humans aren't born to hate each other. Birds aren't born to hate each other. I don't know all of that. I'm not God. There's only one God. And sure, there's a prey and a predator. In some cases, that's necessary. But not as human beings. It shouldn't be that way. So despite how you look on the outside, whether you think I'm macho, need to go out there in public looking like this or not, it doesn't really matter. What are you and I going to do to build others up and tell them, you got a crazy looking hat, but I respect you because you like it and you don't care what anyone says. But if someone's trying to break the law or violence, destroy someone else's property, get in your face and tell you this is the way it is, don't put up with that. You need somebody to get your six. That could very well be the person different from you. That could very well be someone born not just on the other side of the United States, but on the other side of the world that can have your back and protect you. So go out there and build bridges, build relationships, build those things that really matter in life. Not a division. We have enough division. That's what sports teams are for. We all have our favorite teams and our favorite sports. But when we start dividing things like you're here and you're there and the rest of us can't intermix or sit on the other side and all those kind of things, causes more problems in this world. I should be able to sit at a ball game. It doesn't matter what side of the stadium I'm on. And just enjoy the game. It's okay to observe. But you and I sometimes have to get in the game and stand for something important. Today's the first day of the rest of your life. You do not know when the last day is going to be. Tomorrow's not even guaranteed. Make your life count. Make your love count. Make your relationships count. You have yourself a great day. This is Joseph Skoda. I'll see you around soon. Maybe in a ballpark in your area. Bye.
We are now reaching our second year anniversary on our inspirational, educational, and entertainment programmings. As part of our journey, we are so grateful to announce that our programs are now available to watch live in real time on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Periscope. A big appreciation to all our followers, viewers, supporters, and to those who are cheering for our success. Thank you very much for your patronage. For 2 years we have produced over 25 shows. And joined by passionate collaborators, individuals, and organizations. Social media shows network's 2-year anniversary, and 100 episode celebration, and $100 giveaway. No purchase necessary. Go to socialmediashows.com for more details.
John is an employee at one of the most famous firms in the city of New York, so his job is very hectic, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details, and wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came back with more stress that he was not able to take full advantage of his vacation. But this year, a coworker suggested him to try World Ventures this time to make his vacationing more enjoyable and less stressful. They do not require you to plan anything outside of your transportation, which is also available at discounted rates. Your stay, your transport, and many meals are planned by the club. John liked the idea very much. He tries World Ventures, and his experience with the club was amazing, as he made many friends there with whom he had a great time. John recommends that everyone should try this club, as they are the best in business. See how the VIP-vacation-club.com can give you the right experience without all the hassle. Enjoy the VIP experience that only World Ventures provide.
We are now reaching our second year anniversary on our inspirational, educational, and entertainment programmings. As part of our journey, we are so grateful to announce that our programs are now available to watch live in real time on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Periscope. A big appreciation to all our followers, viewers, supporters, and to those who are cheering for our success. Thank you very much for your patronage. Social Media Shows Network's 2-year anniversary, and reaching 100 episodes celebration. As part of our appreciation, we are giving away $100 to a lucky winner. No purchase necessary. Go to socialmediashows.com for more details.
Hello world, you're in the office with Joseph Skoda, G.I. Joe Skoda, I'm often called, even G.I. Joe Marketer. Believe it or not, our character, people know us by our character. People know what we represent. People look to us either for guidance or they avoid us. And why is that sometimes? Why do we are attracted to certain kinds of people and their messages, and other people just repulse us? And they may even have a better message. But sometimes the way we come across doesn't resonate with everyone. You know, more often than not, we let the media, our friends, our parents, our neighbors, our co-workers kind of dictate our lives. We kind of let them control how we're going to think, what we're going to do, what we're going to say sometimes. Because we're just listening to them and what they're doing, and sometimes we emulate it. And we forget that we can think for ourselves. We have this little thing between our ears. It's called a brain. It's called a mind. We have a heart, and we should have compassion. Now, a lot of people ask me, say, how do you know when you're making the right decision? How do you know when you should talk and when you should shut up and be quiet? How do we know those things? Well, I've done some soul searching myself, and probably just recently. I know, not really recently, but have to be reminded from time to time that you and I should have core values. We should have those values deep down inside of us that dictate, control how we're going to act, how we're going to feel, what we should say and what we should do, rather than everyone around us, unless they share those same core values. Now, as many of you know, I'm in the Air Force, so we have core values of integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all you do. Excellence in all we do. Aren't those great values? Integrity, you know what that means. Doing the right thing when no one's even watching. Always being an open book so people can understand the way you're thinking. Sometimes we're thinking and people don't know where we're going with it. So why don't we just let others know? What about that service before self? When you do those selfless acts that is serving other people, even letting other people potentially, you see CEOs, they normally have their lunch or dinner hours after the rest of the employees do. Good ones do. Because they take care of the employees, they take care of others first. They make sure their needs are met. Because when we ensure people that work with us or people around us and their needs are met, they help us accomplish our own goals. And we should know that. Think about that. We're serving others. We get blessed 10 times, 100 times over and over again. And then excellence. The Air Force excellence. We shouldn't do anything if we didn't want to do the best we could at the job. We should never volunteer if we're going to be laissez-faire and not take it seriously. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be cleaning an office to a big major project. Whatever it is, we should do our best to strive for that excellence. Now there's another thing, and some of you know because I talk about this sometimes. Toastmasters has those 3 core values, but they add another one called respect. Respect. Deep down inside, respect the other person despite differences. We have differences even with our siblings, let alone people we work with or our neighbors. We may have gone to the same schools, similar education, watch the same programs on TV, but it doesn't mean we're all going to think the same. Going back up to here again, a lot of our experiences, good and bad, dictate, control the way we're feeling, the way we're acting, what we're doing, the way we're thinking. And if we get that all under control and think from the perspective of others, now deep down inside, sometimes we get a phone call, and first of all, you don't have to answer the phone when it rings. We do have voicemail. Everyone has voicemail. Even a text, you don't have to answer it right away. Or see some news on the television, good or bad, we don't have to act. Because often we act in haste and we make the wrong decision or maybe the right decision at the wrong time. If we could just take a little time to reflect, ponder about it, think about it, collaborate with others, and then we can make a sound decision. And I think deep down inside, that's what builds character, is being able to make a sound decision by putting things into perspective of what's going on around us and not necessarily acting upon everything going around us. Sure, if there's a fire in your neighborhood, you need to get up and get out of town. Absolutely. But make sure you take your neighbor with you, an elderly person that may be having trouble getting out. There are certain things we have to do right away, and good leaders are decisive when they need to be. And good leaders also, if they have the time, they make the time to make the right decision. And even if you're decisive, you make a decision and something has to be changed, you modify, change as necessary. It's really tough, but when we don't know what to do, what to say, when everyone around us is trying to sway us to think one way or the other, think about those core values. Think about integrity first, service before self, excellence in all you do, and be sure to be respectful. Hey, we only have one life to live. We're not sure if we're going to live 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100 years. We really don't know. Don't you want to have peace where you are right here today? And the best way to have peace right here where you are today is not to be so indecisive and so jumpy and so much losing your own values of who you are. Don't you want people just to be around you because they're comfortable, knowing that you're comfortable in who you are? You're comfortable in the person you become to be? A lot of us, it takes decades to find out the real us. Well, there's no time like the present to find out who you really are. What do you really stand for? And don't get me wrong, if you think a certain way is the right way and everyone around you is going to persecute you for the way you're thinking, you may just be doing the right thing. I know it's hard to say, but we have to, right here, it has to mean something to us. And if we're wrong, it's okay. Take other people into perspective what they're saying, but don't change the core values. You know, Christianity, for instance, we're all trying to be better. We're all trying to be better Christians, but we're still sinners. And it's okay. We just have to appreciate that by each other. We're trying, we're hoping, we're trying to surround ourselves with the right kind of people. And if you're always being bombarded with different ideals that don't line up with your own, surround yourself with the people you do want to associate with. Life's not perfect, but it's the only one we have. So make it count. And if you're indecisive once again, find those core values about yourself, and you'll be surprised the character that you've built. Anyways, you're in the office with Joseph Skoda. Have yourself a great day and be productive. God bless you. Show. Find us on any social media platform, Instagram, of course, Facebook. Like, subscribe, share. We appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts and join our team. Anyways, we appreciate you staying tuned week after week, day after day, because we continuously build up our network to bring to you what you're asking for. Have a great day.